Hi, my name is Kate Hernandez, and I'm going to be talking about Lab 11, and I'm going to be also adding Lab 12 to this same video. So, um, the first one was Lab 11, which was gas pressure versus volume. So, this is our pressure versus volume, and the what we had to do was basically it was Boyle's law. So it was a gas law that we had to see. It was gas behavior that we had to see, and the little website that it gave us was like a little picture of the syringe, and the syringe was filled in with either oxygen, air, helium, and hydrogen, and we would have to see how much the pressure would be between every single one of those. And then once we pulled on the syringe, we had to click on it 8 times, and every single 8 time had different type of pressure points. So that's what we did, and then once we got the pressure for the PSI, we had to convert that to ATM, and we converted it, and we also added it to the table. Once we did that, we did a data analysis, which was just to the graphing of it, and then we figured out that it was a straight line. So we used y equals mx plus b for it. I don't think there was like a logarithm for it or anything like that. And then we continued on to writing the algebraic equation for it, and then also doing what the type of level that atoms and molecules had for every single pressure for the volumes. So I explained that in the lab as well, and also I did the other units because the first unit I believe was air. Okay. And then for the rest of them, it was obviously the oxygen, the hydrogen, and the helium. And so we just did that, and then we did the other two labs, and then we finally graphed them. And once we graphed them, we did the same thing, was just to make sure if it was like a logarithm or a straight line. And then we did the same process for the conclusions, write the algebraic equation for it, and if there was like a different molar mass for every single one. And so yeah, that was basically what pressure volume relationships were. And this is for lab 11. And so now I'm going to be talking about lab 12. And lab 12 was still gas behavior, but this one was volume versus temperature. So we would have to take the volume of the solution that was shown at the data table, which was on the website. So we would get the solution, grab it, and then we would change the levers on it, and then that would determine the volume, the temperature, and then we would have to convert it to Celsius. So we got the temperature in K, which is Kelvin, and yeah, so it was basically kind of similar to Lab 11, but we had it wasn't as crucial as getting different kind of elements to try each and every single one. So once we did that, that's what we did. And then so basically we still had to plot the point and plot the graph, and that's what we did. We plotted the point. It was still a straight line equation, so we still used the y equals mx plus b. And then we continued on, and we wrote the algebraic equation for it, which was v over t, which equals k. And so we just went back to our table that we wrote down. And so, like, for example, the first one that I got was 19.19, and we just divided that by 200.15. And then the Kelvin, which is equal to 0.087. And then we got our answer, which is negative 53 Celsius. And that's what I did, so I could get the temperature of this relationship because of Charles' law. Because I'm pretty sure it played off from Charles' law into Boyle's law as well. And so we also had to determine what could occur if the temperature was below that type of section, and also the level of atoms and molecules of it. So that's what we did.